Hey guys, thanks again for tuning in and joining me. Today I am asking the question, is God really good? That's a question I found myself asking every now and then, and I'm sure some of you guys can relate too. I lead worship at our local church. Shout out to Momo, Natasha, Ethan, and Keegan. Hi guys! So I lead worship at our local church, and some of the songs that we sing sometimes, let's say Chris Tomlin's Good Good Father. You're saying over and over, you're a good father, it's who you are, I'm loved by you, but sometimes you don't feel that God is that good, and I find myself singing these words sometimes, and to be completely honest, I'm struggling to grasp that. Is God really good when what I think should be happening isn't happening, when the circumstances around me are kind of falling apart? Is he really good? I don't know if you guys have seen that video that's kind of been going viral. It's about this young couple, and when the guy was younger, he had this dream or vision from God that he was going to have a daughter named Chloe, and his daughter was going to have deep brown eyes and tanner skin. And so his whole life he grew up believing that that was his daughter. Her name was Chloe, and that was just what was going to happen. And so the woman he ended up marrying, he didn't think he was going to marry her because she didn't have a darker skin shade. She didn't have dark brown eyes. And so he was kind of hesitant actually at first, because he thought, if I marry this woman, I'm not going to have this daughter that God showed me I'm supposed to have. Funny thing is though, when he met this woman, she asked him, just throwing it out there, what do you think of naming your kid? And he said Chloe, and she was like, no way, I was thinking Chloe too. And yeah, it just seemed like both of them had that daughter in mind, Chloe. So anyway, they got together, got married, started trying to have a family, and nothing for years would pass by and no child. And so they almost came to the point where they just thought they were foolish in trying to achieve this goal or start this family that they thought God had given them a vision to have. And I can relate to that, because it's like when you feel something so deeply and so strongly, and you really want it to happen, and you even feel that it might be inspired by God, and yet nothing. Everything you do is to try to make this dream come true. And it can be so difficult in that waiting period. It could be so hard because nothing's making sense. It's not like, okay, Edges, I need you to grow back so I could get you laid, Obviously, I'm a little short in that area. It's like you're dealing with income or job issues, or you're a student and you're in school and you're just struggling with a course or trying to stay focused and graduate. I know, I've been there. Or you just graduated and you're trying to find a job and the market is tough. And it's like, what's going on? I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I was called by God in this area. What's happening? This is exactly where this couple was. But the story has an amazing ending. Basically what happened is that ultimately they decided to pursue adoption. And when they met the birth mother of the child that they were going to adopt, she told them that she's had a name for the child that she's been calling this kid before she knew whether or not it was a boy or a girl, and if they wouldn't mind considering naming the kid Chloe. What? I know, right? Yes, all these years later, God was still writing their story, and that his perfect timing, they would be reunited with this child, or they would be united rather with this child. And that's what happened. And now they have this beautiful baby girl, and they've been able to start their family. And it just goes to show that even though we feel like we're walking alone sometimes, God is in the details. Even though the big picture may not be working out, God is still in the details. His grace meets us at that point when we feel like we're crumbling or we can't do it, we can't go one more day. He gives us grace just to continue for one more day. He helps us to carry on. His word says that his mercies are new every morning. And that allows his faithfulness to be great in our lives, because he gives us just enough of what we need to hold us together. And so I just want to encourage you today, if you feel like you've been waiting for something for years, or praying for something for years and it hasn't been happening, like you don't even pray those prayers anymore, those ones that you thought God had forgotten about or been deaf to or ignored, He hears you and He's there. He's with you. And in His perfect timing, it will all come together. It's not necessarily what we see. He's still working behind the scenes to make sure our story turns out beautifully, just the same as it did for that young, amazing couple who's brave enough to share their story with the world and encourage us all. So I'm gonna link that video in the description bar below. Please take a moment and check it out. I promise you will be touched and encouraged. It's just an awesome story of God's faithfulness. All right, that's all I have for this week. Thank you once again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.